everybody. What I want to do here is to build Docker and build Docker container, and I will explain my code of our Makefile and the Docker file to show you. So the first step, I will build a Docker container and image for our project, and I will run it for you. And the first step, I will build a Docker container like this. So I will have to authorize this and the future requests that require my credentials. It will take a few minutes or seconds to build a Docker container, so we have to wait. I waited for this. It will build a Docker step by step. Yeah, the expose port of our project is 8080, and you can see in the screen. Okay, it is successfully built our Docker and image. Now I will run my Docker by this sentence name Docker run. And this is our part our project 8080. Now I will run Python main.py. It's yeah. So once this sentence run, we can go to this website. Yeah, it is showing the screen that welcome to machine learning model APIs. So it is successfully built. And after building a Docker container and image, I will explain our Makefile and the Docker file. And in our Makefile, we can make install, make test, make lint, and in my Docker file, we use Python. We use the official Python 3 package, and we make the containers port 8080 available to the outside world. We also make working directory and copy source code to working directory. We install packages from requirements.txt file and header lints. What header lints do is to lint our Docker file. So it is so useful. And finally, we run our Docker by typing the command Python main.py, and we also define our port in our main file. You can see the host name and a host address and the port in in my screen. So that's
Hello, everyone. It's our deep neural network. We use Python 3 and TensorFlow 1.14 for our backend, and you can see we have two files, Python file, dataset and predict. The dataset is meant to have a function to process the data, and you know that the age in the CSV is string, and we change the type to float. So as the anemia, high blood, diabetes, smoking, and time. So it returns the process result to the predict. Before the predict, we have four functions to process the data to produce the three or four groups to analyze the data. We can run this predict. You can know we have to take a few seconds to run. And now we have the three generate picture, like analyze in age survive, the analyze in sodium survive, and analyze in age survive. So that, and in this part we change the data to two parts, divide to two parts. We have the train result and the test result. We use the TensorFlow estimator input NumPy and TensorFlow estimator DNN classifier. So we believe that two hidden unions like 10-10 is a good choice for have a perfect performance, and we have two N classes. We choose the death events became the label vocabulary. We have two values, 0 and 1. So we can see the results in the train log. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Hello everyone, my name is Nico. Today I'm gonna show you how our group build a containerized web app and deploy it. Firstly, we put the local prediction model into the Flask, and this is our results. How we deploy it? First, we should prepare the environment. So we create and deploy the G-Cloud app. If we didn't do that, Flask could not run itself. The second step is build a Docker. Because on the Docker file, this port is expose 8080. So if we want to run the Docker, we should write 8080 here. The third step is push the Docker image to the container register. The fourth step is deploy the Kubernetes. Before we deploy it, we should create a cluster. First step is to set the zone. If we didn't do that, we could not create the cluster. And we create the cluster with 3 nodes. That means we have 3 virtual instances. After create, we can deploy it by scaling it. And then we could check by get pods. Pay attention, we should waiting the statue is running. And the final step is expose the sample app into the internet. Because our port is 80, so we can check by internal IP to port 80. And the second step is we try to do the locust test. Firstly, we create the locust test file. We define 2 classes and give them 2 tasks to test. However, I'm so sorry we failed this test because we didn't get any request. We tried to spend a lot of time to debug it. However, it doesn't work. So we think there are some reason why we may fail this project, because firstly the web didn't deploy into the cloud successfully. It only worked on our virtual machine, so we think If it's true, we could check the situation and found the method to deploy it successful. The second guess is the prediction model is too big to get a request on the Flask. So maybe we should create more cluster or other. Thank you, that's all.